What's up everyone, it's Anime Beer Girl and I have a new video for you guys today, and you guys will see this video on Wednesday. And what I decided to do is, because I asked some of you on Twitter, would you guys want to see a review on the Power Rangers movie that came out this past weekend? And overwhelmingly, a lot of you guys said yes, but you also told me not to have any spoilers, and I will try my best for there not to be. But anyway, here's my review on the movie. And yeah, as you guys know, the original Power Rangers movie came out like in 1996-ish, and the original series started back in like 1993. I also watched the original Power Rangers series. I was the pink Power Ranger for Halloween when I was 5, which was in 1995, and I overwhelmingly loved the series. So when they came out with this remake of the original Power Rangers, I was all for it. And then once they showed the previews of it, I was like, I have to go see this. One of the main things that I really liked about this series was how dark it was. I loved how they made the teenagers really teenagers, and they also made them like the regular brooding teenagers that get into trouble, and they had more of an edge to them. As many of you guys may not remember, Zordon had a line in the original series that was kids with attitude, and I don't know about you guys, but when I watched the original series, those kids had anything but attitude. They were complete goody two shoes to me, which was kind of good for kids growing up because it was like kind of like a role model thing. But I'm glad with this one, when they said kids with attitude, they actually gave us kids with attitude. When you first start out the series, you meet Jason, who ultimately ends up becoming the Red Ranger, and he ends up getting into some sort of getting into trouble, which kind of ruins his whole like athleticism, however you want to put it, and he ends up being sent to detention, which is where he meets Billy, and he ultimately meets Kimberly, who are also in detention for other reasons that you find out in the latter half of the series. They also end up meeting Zach and end up meeting Trini, but they end up meeting them at like a minefield where Billy wants Jason to take him. That's also where they ultimately find the coins, and that's where kind of like the story kind of starts from there. When you look at it visually, I really like it. Once again, I like how dark they made the series. I like how they made Angel Grove, the city where the Power Rangers grow up in. I like how they made it like the typical kind of a small town, but where these kids literally hate where they live and hate where they stay. Trini's the new girl, so she doesn't really, she's new. She's been there for about a year. Trini is the Yellow Ranger, who is played by Becky G, who is a singer or a rapper. And overall, that's what I really, really liked. The music in the series, there isn't an actual soundtrack for the entire series, to be completely honest. I looked it up just because I did like the music, but there's only a score, which is the like the instrumental of the entire series. Even that I wasn't able to find on Apple Music, to be surprising. When I looked up Power Rangers, it only gave me the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It didn't give me the new series. But I was able to find one of the songs they played, which was Power by Kanye West, and I've been playing that music nonstop. The characterization in the series I loved. I know the biggest thing for the original series was how they made the black Power Ranger a black guy and the Yellow Ranger was an Asian girl, and in this one they completely changed it. The Black Ranger is actually Asian, played by Ludi Lin, and the Yellow Ranger is played by Becky G, whom is I want to say that she's Hispanic, but I might be wrong about that. The Blue Ranger is actually played by RJ, and he plays Billy, and then the Red Ranger is I can't remember the guy's name that plays the Red Ranger, and then ultimately the Pink Ranger as well. They're both white, which was perfectly fine to me. I have no problem with that characterization. I thought it was new. I thought it was interesting. I loved how the black guy was the smart one. And what I also really liked though about the characterization of all these characters was, if you guys happen to look it up on Wikipedia, or if you guys have also seen the movie, Billy is on the autistic spectrum, and I love that. I love that they decided to play homage or show characters who have, I hate to use autism as say autism disability, because it is a disability, but I've met some amazing people who are autistic, and I love that they made Billy autistic. And I love that now you have other individuals who do suffer from autism see someone on the screen that also has it and be like, I can be a superhero, I can be anything I want to be. Also, it is I'm not for sure because in this series they didn't ultimately outright say it. Not in the series, in the movie they did not ultimately outright say it, but when you look it up, it does say that the Yellow Ranger Trini is a part of the LGBTQTIA community. I don't know if I got all the letters right. I'm so sorry if I did. If I didn't get them all right. Sorry. She is ultimately a part of that community. She didn't outright say it on the movie. She kind of hinted at it, but ultimately when I looked it up, they did say that it is one of the first, it is something that is a deviating from the original script, with both Billy being autistic and Trini ultimately being gay, which is perfectly fine. Once again, I love the twist and the edge that they gave to this series. Also, as a little bit of an Easter egg, not really an Easter egg, but towards the latter half of the series, you do see Kimberly Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank, who played the original Pink and Green Ranger, then becoming the White Ranger. In the series, I keep saying series, in the movie towards the end, they play Angel Grove citizens, so you can probably pick them out. Also, be sure to stay after the credits. There is an extra scene after the credits, which makes many believe that there's going to be another one. As many of you guys know, it only shows the red, black, yellow, blue, and pink Rangers. There is no Green Ranger, so that's a little bit of a hint for you guys. Not only that, it is rumored that there's going to be more Power Ranger movies that ultimately end up coming out. It says that there's someone behind me said there's supposed to be like 6 more. I don't know ultimately the number, but that's the rumor, that there is going to be more, and I'm excited for if there is going to be more. What I loved, also what I really liked about this series, is that they kept some of the cheesiness. As many of you guys who watched Power Rangers over the years, it's been ridiculously cheesy, where you're just like, oh my god, like it makes me cringe with cheesiness sometimes. But with this movie, they kept some of that cheesiness, but still gave it an edge. Like some of the lines that they would say and stuff like that. But sometimes when they were fighting and they would blast backwards and you see the sparks and you're just like, this is ultimately just as cheesy as the original was, but you still like it. I like that they made Zordon kind of a dick. He was kind of mean when he first met the Rangers. He wasn't very nice, and he was kind of just like out for his own gain from the beginning, and then he finally kind of was just like, you know what, I'm going to hand the reins over to you, Jason, to be the Red Ranger, which was like, okay. I liked how Jason was also kind of a bit of a dick as well, but ultimately it's understandable. You have a guy who's 16 years old and now he's told that he has to lead a group of other teenagers to help to save the world. Like, I would be kind of a dick too, and I'd be kind of upset as well, especially if I ultimately like found out that the guy that's supposed to be helping us is out for his own individual gain. There are a couple of scenes that I saw in the previews that are not in the actual movie, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might have been turned away for a couple of scenes and didn't see them, although I stayed in the theater the entire time. And that is the kissing scene between Kimberly and Jason. I didn't see that scene, and I didn't see the scene with whomever is in Shadows practicing karate on the top of a moving train. That I did not see either, so I don't know where those scenes were supposed to be at. They might have been scenes that I put in the previews. Like always, we've had movies do that, and then they're not in the actual movie. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to see if they do decide to come out with the second one. I liked all the changes that they made. I like that they made it a lot darker, and I like that they made it they let the movie grow up with the people who originally watched the original. So it's kind of like they grew up with them. So it's kind of like, hey, since we're gonna do another remake or reboot of this movie, how about we make it grow up along with the original people, with the guests, fans. That's the word. The fans that grew up with this original and also grew up with them. The Power Rangers series is still out on television. I don't know what season they're in. I don't even know what it's called. I stopped following Power Rangers a long time ago, so I have no idea. I just know it's still going. But overall, if you guys have not checked out this movie, definitely check it out if you haven't already. If you do decide to check it out, like I said, please stay till the end of the series, the end of the movie after the credits, because there is an extra scene, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, so let me know if you've already seen the movie. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't seen it, let me know if you guys are going to see it, and let me know what you guys thought of it, because I thought it was kind of amazing, and I kind of want to see it again. All right, you guys, so that's my video for today. I'll have a new video out for you guys on Saturday. It's probably going to be a discussion, just because there's a discussion that I've been wanting to talk about. So yeah, and like always, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and also subscribe if you haven't already. The link's down below, and also click the little bell if you want to be alerted whenever I come out with new videos. Also, like always, don't forget to strive for your dreams, because you never know what's going to happen. And I'll leave links down below to all my social media accounts as well, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, you guys, have a great day, week, whenever you guys are watching this, and I hope to see you guys soon.